looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
I don't love pumpkin spice. I think pumpkin spice smells good, but I don't like. I can drink it one time. Like with the it's the Pat and JT podcast, by the way. Like was it 2 Christmases ago or whatever when Beth and I went to New York and we discovered the eggnog flavored coffee from Starbucks. Had like three of them in a day.
Awful.
It was awesome. Almost 2,000 calories per. Almost puked after, but that was good. I haven't had one since.
Oh,
it's just too much of the same flavor, you know? So I'm good with.
I can't even imagine. I can't stand eggnog.
Really?
Unless it has whiskey in it.
I was gonna say, was it whiskey, brandy, whatever? Is brandy whiskey?
No.
Brandy's brandy.
Yes.
We've had this conversation before. It's not.
Let's not go down that road.
Right.
There's none of that in my house.
We got on this because somebody posted on our Facebook page the pumpkin spice spam, pumpkin spice flavored spam.
Coming to a store near you this fall.
I would try it. I probably would. It sounds.
That's all they ask. That's
long-term disgusting.
As long as they get a bunch of people like you to buy it off the shelves, that's all they ask. Because the curiosity, right? It's purely the novelty of it.
So gross. Somebody
Your two
sent us
favorite things.
a text. I do love spam
and the smell of pumpkin spice.
I don't know if that's not gonna work. Let's see. We got a text 402-403-9478 from Allie that she just said, and she had heard about the spam as well. Saw it on our Facebook page. She wants to know if I would try it. And I said, yes, absolutely. I will try it. Can't guarantee I'll like it, but I will try pretty much anything.
No, thank you. All right. Yes, it is our podcast. And we'd like to thank Kugler Vision for being a supporter of our podcast as their contest continues. We're halfway through the month at this point, and through the month of August 2019, they're getting people entered up for their big contest, and it benefits teachers, schools, and could benefit you.
Such a great deal.
Exactly. All you got to do is schedule that consultation. Then when you go in for the consultation, you're automatically in the drawing. You don't have to do anything else. Grand prize winner will get $250 worth of school supplies, a prize package that you can actually gift to your favorite teacher or your favorite school. And it includes a $100 gift card in addition, so they can buy any other necessities, and $100 to hedge out to the mark.
Yeah, 150
actually.
$150. And you go to the mark. That will go a long way at the mark.
That.
You totally did. But see, undersell, over deliver.
There you go. Awesome. So get online at KuglerVision.com.
Do it. Under promise, over deliver is something that you should do. I have a habit
Is that your motto?
No. The opposite. I over promise and usually under deliver on a lot of stuff. I do. And I don't know I don't know why, but when it comes to time, usually, and I'm usually not a person that's late. I just try to do too much, and I get everything done usually, but it's like, it's crazy. It didn't need to be that way. Yeah. I don't know what that means, but yes.
It's you scurry.
Oh,
you scurry quite a bit. You do.
I do. Oh, I scurry a lot.
Yeah.
I'm the person that, like, when I see stuff going on, I try to catch all the plates that are when they're falling, and I don't catch any of them. I catch one cup. That's it. So a perfect example is, and I'm trying to break myself of this habit, but if I'm going somewhere and I'm saying whatever, that it takes 20 minutes to get to wherever I'm going. Okay. I'll be there 15, 20 minutes. Like I don't know why, just out of habit, I just cut myself short on time, and then I end up rushing.
You're way too optimistic. And I think it's instead of just saying it'll be about 30 minutes.
Right.
Always pad it. Always do. Because then you surprise them when you show up early.
Right. Or on time.
Or even on time, yeah.
And so I'm really trying to do that. Beth is great at that. She's realistic on everything, whether it's a promise of time or what she's going to do, anything. It's like, I just got to not.
It's the same way when you're trying to anticipate the cost of something.
Yes.
You underestimate what it's actually going to be or what it's going to take for you to accomplish something.
Yes.
And then you end up shorting yourself.
100%.
Yeah.
So yesterday, perfect example of that is, and I messed everything up for almost everybody.
I didn't see you yesterday afternoon, so I was good. By the time, yesterday evening, I should say. What time? After 3:30, probably?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It all started rolling downhill about 4.
Because you had softball to head to.
Right.
Okay.
So
here we go.
It's a tryout. Soph and my niece Emerson are trying out for a team. They were going to do it last week, and something got messed up where they couldn't do it. So it was a private tryout, no big deal. And I don't know. I had so much stuff going on when I left here. Sophia had a derm appointment for her fingers yesterday.
Dermatologist, yes.
And it was at 5:15. That was set 3 weeks ago. And we've rescheduled it twice because of other things, school orientations, all that stuff. So I'm thinking, man, I know. And Beth works at an office, at a doctor's office, and it's just frowned upon really bad to reschedule day of. It just is, you know? So I called them earlier in the day and I said, listen, here's the deal. The softball tryout the day before got set for the next day. And it's like a private thing. This guy's doing it like on his spare time. So set for 4:30. Like, okay, 4:30 to 5:15. Probably can make it. I called the derm office and I explained what was going on.
How far apart were the two locations?
Okay. Plenty of close enough to make it.
Okay.
If I hadn't effed it up.
Okay.
So I would have had plenty of time, right? Because the tryout was 15 minutes. That was it. It was just those two. Tryout, 15 minutes. So I get the address from my brother, and I'm leaving. As I'm leaving the house and get the address, I'm leaving at 4:30. I'm sorry. I'm leaving at 4 o'clock.
For the ballpark.
Yes, for the ballpark. It was an indoor facility.
Of course. Indoor private.
It was. No big deal.
Okay. Right.
And so we leave plenty of time, right? I get the address from my brother. I type it. I even say to Sophia, remember these numbers. And I give her the numbers on the address. And I go to type it in my phone. I'm like, oh, I should remember that. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it was super easy. Put it in my
the
GPS
for your maps.
And I forgot a 0. So instead of 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, it was 4, 1, 2, 3. And okay, and the what's crazy?
So
is
are we talking the difference between, like if you put in a 5-digit or a 4-digit?
Yes.
That's
We're
a
talking
big difference.
the difference between 100
Omaha and Lincoln.
Pretty much. And it was a comedy of errors that after I entered it, I didn't notice, and I get right on the phone with the derm office.
Right.
Talking to them again. Second time in the day that I called them. Because she needed to get in. And I'm talking to them, and it was kind of at one point, I'm like, why is this GPS taking me down this road? Harrison's going to be a mess. And the thing was on Harrison, like down on Harrison, like 101st and Harrison is where this was. I live very close to Harrison. So I'm thinking this is going to be a breeze. So I get on Harrison, and it sends me up Giles and on the interstate. But I'm still thinking, well, GPS knows. Maybe there's a faster way.
Don't you remember a couple weeks ago when my GPS sent me through a neighborhood?
Yes.
And I was like, why in the heck? I was right off 120th and Pacific, but instead of going to that intersection, it sent me through a neighborhood to cut the corner. Right. And I'm like, why? Okay, I'll see what this is because I've never been in that neighborhood before. And as it turned out, it was a pleasant little drive, but it wasn't where it didn't make any sense.
Right.
Okay.
So
you're thinking,
but with the way that Google is, they know where traffic is, like an accidents and stalled cars, whatever. So we're getting on the interstate and we're heading east.
You didn't drive in a lake, did you?
Okay. I think everybody wanted to throw me in a lake at the end of the day. So we're cutting it close. Had to be there at 4:30.
Heading east.
Yeah, right. And on the way down on the interstate, Sophia's on Snapchat with Emerson. She's like, Dad, they're like locations.
Yeah.
It's like, we're like 20 minutes from them. And I called my brother, and he's like, hey, we're almost here. We're pulling in. I'm like, hey, I'm 2 minutes away. And I live...
Again. 2 minutes away.
2 minutes away. But at this point, that's what my GPS said. You will arrive in 2 minutes. And it was 2 minutes. And I did arrive at my destination in 2 minutes. My destination was 20 minutes from where I was supposed to be.
God.
It took me down 4 without the 0, 2, 3, whatever, is off of like 15th and Chandler in Bellevue. And I needed to be on 108th and Harrison. I pulled in, and it was a storage facility.
I can't believe you got lucky enough to actually put in a legitimate address.
Right? Lucky?
No. Yeah, right.
Is that lucky?
It shouldn't have been, and it should have said there is no such address.
Oh, but there
you,
was.
luckily.
I found one, and I found one that was on, like,
God.
I live between Harrison and Chandler, and it was on Chandler, and it's like everything just made sense to me while I was driving.
So, 20 minutes away from a 15-minute tryout.
So Mike got there, and it's supposed to start sharp, 4:30 sharp. I get there, 4:30 sharp, wrong place, 20 minutes away. So take off to get the other direction. So then I'm thinking, well, I get Beth on the phone, and I'm like, I'm cringing having to tell her that I'm going to miss this appointment. Just nervous Nelly. I didn't call for the first 5 minutes. I'm like, I can't do it. So I called her. I'm like, I can still make it to the Durham appointment. And she's like, no,
You can't.
You can't.
Just take it off your plate and forget about it.
Right.
It's done.
So
They aren't going to charge. Well, they might charge
She didn't quite say take it off your plate and forget about it. There were some other words in there too. Just saying. But I deserved everything, and it was awful. I felt terrible. And the Durham office, they were super cool. We rescheduled it for next week. I promised them I wouldn't miss again. And but I don't know what I was thinking. Like I was trying to do 15 different things, and it was.
That's where it goes crazy.
But there were also things that like made it make sense. Like it was on Chandler, and Chandler was a way to get to this place, but Chandler way out west, not Chandler down there. It was just a disaster.
Oh my God. And it was that time of day too, where it was starting to get kind of busy.
It was, it was awful.
A little bit of a cluster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
sorry, Soph, and we'll find out today if they made the teams.
My God. So she did get a chance to try out though.
They did. The guy was very cool. They hung out and he waited around and
How mad was she?
She was. I don't think she was mad. She didn't seem mad.
Okay.
She doesn't talk anyway in the car, so I don't know.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Kind of a good thing.
So I think we're
my
good.
God. Something else I saw online yesterday, and I thought it was hilarious. And I just wanted to bring this up because I'm wondering about thinking of her working in a doctor's office, any professional place where you have to fill out information so they can contact you, or for your kids.
Yeah.
This was posted by a teacher. And what it was is an information sheet on the kids that they take home so that they have the best way to contact parents, all the ways. So it's cell phone numbers, home numbers, work numbers, email addresses, alternate email addresses. And the post on here says, okay, I'm just going to say real quick, just a little warning, ear warning here. Okay. Just in case it's a little juicy.
Okay.
It's a little blue.
Perfect.
The teacher posted, teachers talking about needing a good email to send school information to parents. Thick and Juicy 69 at blank is not one of them.
Come on. Yeah, don't.
Another one was hot wife at. It's like the list goes on and on of these email addresses that some people had written on there. Oh my God, that's right. Once I got out of college, I had to change my email address because mine was created when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Or in college. Right? They had that email address, and that was the email address everybody had for them, which nobody pays attention to once it's in your system.
Right.
Right? Because then you just start typing their name
Click on the contact.
Yeah.
And you don't even think about what your email address is. And it could either say it so much or it just you don't think about it.
When you have to actually, because it's very rare that you have to say it to somebody because pretty much you're already connected with everybody.
Yeah.
But when you actually have to fill it out on something like, and I was thinking like doctor's offices
For sure.
and all this, that you need that contact information. It's like, oh my God, time to new Gmail address.
Big Stud Daddy 75
Turn in
fly.
Turn in that Hotmail address. Okay. It's time to get shed the AOL address that you've had since the 90s. You got
I never would have thought about that.
And so many of the teachers that were on this thread, because I joined one of the groups where all the teachers are posting their lists.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I joined. It's hilarious. I mean, seriously, it's hilarious. Some of the memes that they post, hilarious. I get it. It's just a place to go vent. And trying to get everything together. And they started adding to the list of some of the email addresses that they've come across, and not the actual address, just the
beginning part.
The beginning part, and some of them, my God, hilarious. So it just made me think, that's right. You got to kind of remember what your email address is when you're going to send stuff.
Sophia just asked us last week if she could change her email address because it was she's had it since she had her Club Penguin account back in when she was like 8, and it was Little Bird Sophia. Is what it, and I think it's cute, but she's like, I don't like saying that out loud to people.
Little Bird Sophia.
Little Bird Sophia. Yeah. So we're gonna.
Yeah,
change
you
that.
kind of gotta grow into it. Change your email address, please do. And then a couple of other things. I know we were talking about yesterday, the whole Google thing, and I've been doing the DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
And actually saw a couple of things yesterday about Google, same thing. And then I came across one on Facebook Messenger that apparently it came out that Facebook, and you apparently sign up for this when you click on the Messenger, they're transcribing voice chats.
I heard that on the news the other day.
Yeah.
And they BS, they say that it's used to help with their voice system.
That's part
or
of it,
whatever.
but they say that people sign up for it, that they want the transcripts. You know, it's kind of like when you have a chat with somebody at a business, and then you can click on the button and ask for a transcript of that conversation, so you can get that information that you just went back and forth on.
Yeah, which makes
it does serve a purpose if you realize you signed up for it. And apparently, some of the groups that have been doing the transcription, they're third party sources it's like Fiverr, Upwork. You know, they're sending it out to people to transcribe it. And some of the conversations were a little delicate, and and the workers are kind of like, I don't want to do this. Can I get a different one? You know,
my computer keeps autocorrecting to duck. This is making me uncomfortable.
Right? And the workers were getting uncomfortable doing the transcriptions.
Jeez.
That's how this one came to light. Because this wasn't about the AI stuff. This was them saying that they had been asked to do this feature, that people signed up for it. I think you need to opt out of it when you sign up.
So you sign up and you're automatically in whatever, and then you have to go back in and take it out.
And if you don't go back in, and they said, but we're not doing that anymore.
As of last week.
As of
that was
last
so
week.
funny. Like, oh, we discontinued that in 2012. No, last week.
We just quit doing that as I walked in the door.
Right.
But that was because the people transcribing were super uncomfortable with some of the conversations they were having to
I bet.
listen to.
I bet.
Because they're all voice chats. So they're, okay.
That would have been fun. For the first little bit of time, that would have been fun, but it would get.
Oh my God. And then I got reminded of this yesterday. I think about this every once in a while, and I'm really kind of torqued about it. A long time ago, I received a gold Krugerrand, which is
Is that a bird?
a gold coin.
Oh. Sounds like a bird.
Anyway.
Oh, is it like a pirate thing? What's a Krugerrand? Is it like from another
Krugerrand.
Krugerrand?
I think it's from Africa.
Okay.
The gold, like buying gold, right? So it's worth some money. It's 1 ounce.
No big deal.
I put it in a safe deposit box.
Yeah.
And
You don't remember where?
I do.
Okay.
But I think that bank's been sold and bought and sold and bought and sold. And I've tried in the past, and I got online again to see, okay, what happens to the property? And this was in Arizona when I had it.
I think it'd have to stay there, right? Or they'd
I
have
think
to.
so, but I can't find it. And they said you have to contact the state treasurer on unclaimed property, that whole deal. Because they can't take it.
Yeah.
It's in a safe deposit box.
That makes
But
sense.
if you don't pay rent on it, it has to be
Yeah.
removed.
If you don't pay rent on it, it's probably like a storage unit. Do they go in and take it and auction it off?
I don't know, because I didn't think anybody could get into a safe deposit box without both keys. Because that's the big deal, is that you have your key, they have their key.
There's got to be a way around that because
Can the bank access
they have to be able to, right?
the safe deposit boxes?
They would have to. I would assume because
'Cause
otherwise
if you're not paying rent,
they're not coming back and giving you the keys. They're going to have to get in there some way. I would assume because the FBI couldn't get into safety deposit boxes without the key if somebody.
right?
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm
They'd have
just
to.
wondering if any bankers, because I know you're listening.
Or criminals.
Or criminals. Because the stuff you keep in that safe deposit box, you've seen the movies.
Yeah.
You can keep a bunch of different things in a safe deposit box.
Yeah, you can.
I don't even know what else is in there. Because I put it, this was a long time ago. Like I was in college.
Oh, that's like a JT time capsule.
Right? There's probably other stuff in there
Yeah.
that was with it. I don't know what it was. I know it's
That's awesome.
but I want to find it, and I don't know how.
There's got to be, if it's the unclaimed thing.
unclaimed property. And I went to Arizona's, and it didn't.
Nebraska's is super slick, and we've gotten checks and stuff from them in the last couple of years. The kids had a savings account that was tied to their grandma.
Oh, wow.
On Amy's side, she had passed away, and it was a small little savings account, and nobody really knew about it. I think it was like $20, $25 or something like that.
Right, but still,
Each, yeah.
that's kind of fun. So I don't know. My name didn't come up in the search. My government name.
Do you remember your government name?
Yes, I do.
You're about 25 layers away from that one.
Yeah, it didn't come up, and so I'm just wondering. And funny thing is there was because I was Googling different things trying to find any information, and ran across somebody else's question about the same thing about renting a safe deposit box way back, and wondering that the bank. They said that the bank now, because it's new ownership, they can't locate the records or the contents. So he tracked it down to that far, but they don't know what happened to the stuff afterwards. But they said that the bank may be required to transfer it to a safe deposit box or the contents to the state treasurer. But Yeah, the length of time necessary to declare a box dormant is defined state by state. So I don't know what Arizona's is, honestly. If it's because some it's 3
Yeah.
years, 5 years, 10 years that they can't do
So
anything.
can you get those for like lifetime instead of having to pay stupid rent every year? Like pay $1,000 for the life of that safety
See, I
deposit
wouldn't have
box.
asked that question at that time.
Yeah,
because
no.
I didn't have money for.
Right. And you would never think.
I'm month to month. No,
Right.
I was probably yearly. Okay, I was probably yearly, but still, I don't know. I have no idea. It is. It's driving me crazy because I want to find that.
Yeah. So bankers call us.
I'm just curious.
Crooks call us whatever.
What the law is in Nebraska. I can't find. I need to find the correct source. Let's just put it that way. I've been looking, but I can't find the right source.
So we'll just talk in generalities.
I guess I'd be in
Let us know.
Arizona. Actually, it was in Arizona is where it was.
Yeah.
I don't think it made it back to Nebraska.
Probably not. It's probably sitting somewhere, or somebody has a Krugerrand with
Valley
your name
National
on it.
Bank somewhere.
Yeah.
God dang it. Anyway,
You can, if you have any answers for that, text us. You
Please.
402-403-9478. You can also leave it on a voicemail if you want to, or any of our social media. It's Pat and JT, or if you want to drop into our DMs too, hey, HEY at patandjt.com.
Pat and JT Podcast. A Parkville Media Production.